Alrighty, how is everyone doing? Hopefully better than me, because about 10 minutes ago I ate shit and fell down the stairs and hurt my ass and hurt my arm. Literally cut my arm a bit, but oh well, it is what it is. That's what I get for being a fucking dumbass. So, today we are doing a farming video on SU. I'm using a slush wallet. You can use whatever SU wallet you use, whichever one you want, just as long as it's a Chrome browser one, or one of these types of wallets, not a centralized exchange. If you don't have one of these, I can just quickly show you. Just look up slush wallet. I spelt it incorrectly because I typed it quickly. So you want to go to this one where it's slush, a SU wallet. Literally, it's for SUI. It's a Chrome web browser. Since I'm using Brave, it still works with it. I already have it added. You can just add it from here. I'm not going to show you how to go through all the steps. It's quite simple. Just click that. It'll add it onto here. You click your extensions, go through it, create the wallet. Bada boom, bada bing. You're good. From there, you click receive, and you can send yourself some SU to start farming. Ideally, you want to start with maybe like $50. I did start with 50, but because, you know, price goes up and down, as you can see, right now it's down 7%. And because things change, you have to always adapt to it. And the first protocol we're going to use to farm on is this one here, which is app.mmt.finance/trade. Well, you don't have to put in /trade. That'll just bring you to the trading section of it. I will have a link for it down in the description below, just in case. And from here, you click connect wallet. You want to find which wallet you're using. So I'm going to click on slush, click approve, and my wallet is connected. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a trade. I'm going to add some liquidity, and then I'm going to remove that liquidity. You don't have to remove it immediately. It's probably better to keep it in there for at least a week to a month at best. If you want, you can remove the liquidity immediately, but then you're not really doing anything. You're kind of just adding transactions. So now that your wallet is connected, you can either trade, add liquidity, you can stake some SU for some XSU, you can go to vaults, your portfolio, you can bridge, you can check the leaderboard, and these are important. If they have a leaderboard, click on it because they usually have ranks. If they have ranks, there's a chance they're going to have an airdrop. They don't always. There's no guarantee. Nothing is a guarantee. Some people think just because they do something once and there's a leaderboard, or they make one swap, that they're like, so when am I going to get an airdrop? It doesn't work that way, dumbass. Even when you do a lot of volume. See on this wallet, I only have $30, but I've done $650 worth of volume. I'm still only ranked like 110,000th. But if you stay consistent, you don't have to do it daily. I do it daily, not on this protocol exactly every day, but different protocols every day. I make swaps, I add liquidity, I remove liquidity, I stake, I do this, I do that, yada yada yada. You got to be active on the protocols because you're farming the protocols. Specifically, right now, we're farming SU protocols. And this one, because that has a leaderboard, there's a chance you're going to do an airdrop. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to XSU because I'm going to stake some SU. Reason why? The XSU has an APY of 1.91%. That's not bad. The other good thing is it's SU, so it's kind of the same price, essentially. If I stake 5, I'm going to get a little bit less. But when I stake it back, I'm going to get the same amount because you can see 1726, 1726. So I'm going to stake half of what I have because I have a balance of 9.4. But I'm just going to stake 5 for the shits. You can click approve, or if you want, you can scroll down. You can look at everything. You can look at your estimated gas fee. My estimated gas fee is 0.0009. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to reject that. And then here, 0.0009. It doesn't even register as a penny. So that's an insanely low gas fee. So that is perfect. That is perfect. You don't need to worry about paying a high gas fee. So we'll go back. We'll click stake on the 5. Just going to scroll back down. Check my estimated gas fee. Yeah, it's the same. 0009. And because I know I'm happy with that, I'm going to click approve, and just like that, it already pops up to give you a suggestion to what I was going to say to do next. It says you have successfully staked 5 SU. Now it's asking, do you want to provide liquidity on momentum to earn additional rewards? You don't have to do this. You can just click X and you've now done a trade. You've provided volume. You will register on the leaderboard, but what I want to do is I want to provide liquidity as well, because that way the protocol, if they are tracking addresses or however they track the addresses, they can see through filters that you've done more than just stake or more than just trade. You've also provided liquidity. So you're doing multiple things. Makes you look less bot-like. And for this, for a lot of people, they're going to be like, what the fuck do I do? This is confusing as shit. Yeah, believe me, I know it was. For me, it was confusing as fuck as well too at first. But luckily, because I also farm test nets, I go through tons of different protocols and I literally explore the entire thing. And because it's a test net, there's no real value, so you can fuck around. If you lose coins, it doesn't matter. You can get them back in faucets. So I've learned that what we're doing here is you're setting the price range. So if price deviates out of a certain percentage for this pair, then it will either automatically close your position, depending how the protocol is, or one of the coins, I can't remember exactly, but one of the coins will then go to 0 and it'll all switch over to the other coin. So it'll transfer, if you've done like a 50-50 split, it'll put it all 100% into one, and it'll probably go down a little bit because it's gone out of range from what you select. But because we're choosing SU and staked SU, they're the same price. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to click the plus or minus 1%. So if price goes plus 1% or minus 1%, that is our range. That's the range we have. If it stays in there, that's good. Then we're earning fees. So after you've selected your price range, you can now choose the amount you want to put in. You can select either from your SU, if I want to put 4 in here, and it would automatically equal what it would be up here. Same thing, vice versa. If I want to do 4, then this one's going to be a little bit higher. It's just how it is. I don't know why it's not perfectly symmetrical, even the prices, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I want to do the max amount because I like to add more volume, and I'm just going to put it in here and take it out. So I'm going to do 4.5, and if I see I was looking at this balance, I don't have enough here. So I'm going to switch over to here, and I'm going to do 4.2. So that way my remaining balance in SU in my wallet will still be 0.19 or around there. So I'm going to click add liquidity. Again, we're going to scroll down to the estimated fees. These fees are a little bit higher because you're adding to liquidity. Normally how it is, from what I've seen across test nets and main nets, providing liquidity, doing these transactions, the fees will be a little bit higher, but it's also because you are earning APR and fees, APY, yada yada yada. For this, it probably is 2 cents. So we got 0058. We're just gonna reject that. Let's see, 0058. So yeah, you're looking at 2 cents in fees. If you're complaining about 2 cents in fees and you're adding just under $30 in liquidity, you have bigger issues at hand. Oh, these fees are so high. Oh, I don't want to pay these 2 cents. You gotta hear from my lawyer. So we're gonna click approve, and just like that, we have added liquidity. If you want to ensure that is there, you can click portfolio, and you will see that your positions, or my positions, total liquidity $28.67. Pending yield, look at that. Look at that. We're already making money. Look at that. We're already fucking making money. So you can leave this in here minimum. Best to leave it in longer. You'll be able to claim more fees because you're providing liquidity. So the fees that people are paying for swaps, you're getting a percentage share of that. See, pending fees. You also have your APR, shows your price range. So it's better to keep it in longer because you'll get more pending fees. Just for the purposes of this video, I am going to remove the liquidity now rather than keeping it in there for a few days or a few weeks. So we'll say after it's been, 2 weeks, a month, just because you want to build up this liquidity, you got like $100 in liquidity in here. You got 10 cents sitting right there. You're like, you know what, fuck it, why not? You come back to the same page. Hopefully you're still logged in. If not, click on your Slush wallet, log in, make sure you're connected. Come on over to app.mmt.finance/portfolio if you want to do it quickly. Make sure you're on the portfolio tab. Click manage. Again, a little bit confusing. It's not at all. You want to head over to here, click withdrawal because you're taking it out. You can use the little sliding bar, remove however much you want. If you want, you can be sexy with it, remove 69%, or you can remove 100% and get everything back. And what you're doing is you're claiming and withdrawing. So you're claiming your fees and withdrawing everything all in one. You don't have to do 2 transactions. So you click it once, come on down, estimated fees. Look, that's almost half. That's almost half of what the other fees were. So this is about a penny. So in total, I'm paying about 3 cents to add liquidity and remove it. So I'm going to click approve. Oi, give me my money. You owe me money. You owe me almost a penny. You owe me 1/100th of a penny. Give me my penny. You can reload the page after. Then when you click on portfolio again, you'll see that you have no positions here. You can come on back to XSU, and then you can click unstake, and you're going to swap your staked SU back to SU. So I'm going to do max. And look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Look. We actually made some. Because before, if you notice, we swapped 5. We're making back 5.0012. Look, we just made profit. Yo, we're making money already, boys. We're making money. You see that? How much is this fee? I mean, this fee is higher than it was when I staked it because it was 0.0009, but this is still around a penny or cheaper. And if you don't believe me, it's a penny. And if I double it, it's still a penny. So now that we know we're still paying a really low fee, just come back here to unstake, click max, because we're going to swap all of our staked SU back to SU. Again, we're getting a little bit more. Perfectly good. Then again, we're going to lose that because we're paying 0.002 in a fee. Then again, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're complaining about losing a penny or 2, you got bigger problems than this. You have successfully unstaked my SU. Yes, I know. Confirm. If you want to ensure that it's confirmed, click on your Slush wallet, scroll on down to coins, and boom, you got your full amount again. So that's the first protocol. I'm going to have another video up in probably like a week or two, maybe a bit longer, with another protocol, probably doing the same thing. Or I'll do what I did with my Solana farming, which at the moment I use 2 different protocols that have leaderboards, and I make swaps from one to the other, back to the other. That way I'm not circular swapping. I'm not doing this to where I do 2 SU and I click swap now and then swap it back. Because by doing this, there's a chance you can get marked as a circular swapper, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because you're on the same protocol swapping back and forth at the same time. What I like to do is I'll swap SU to USDC, let's say, go to a different protocol, swap that USDC to, I don't know, deep book, and then I'll come back to this protocol, or even go to another one and then swap that deep book back to SU. That way on all those protocols I've swapped different coins and I'm not coming back to swap the same coin. If anything, if I do come back, I swap a different coin back to SU. That way it looks like I'm just using different coins in my wallet. I'm not making circular swaps, hence the term circular swap. So it's pretty easy. Again, there's no guarantee you're going to get an airdrop. Just build up volume, do what you can to rise on the leaderboards, follow them on X, keep up with their posts, see if they make any tweets, any posts about an airdrop or whatever, and there's a chance that you might get yourself a little airdrop. So have a good one. Don't fall down the fucking stairs like I did, because my arm still fucking hurts and it stings like a bitch. So have a good one. Enjoy your day. We'll see you soon.
Overcoming obstacles because you a different breed. Hard times made you stronger. That's a